Welcome to Subconscious Healing, everyone. My name is Emma Wachs, and today we're going to explore what's possible when we have the absolute best tools in the world to clear our subconscious limitations. So it's wonderful to have you all here. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, please say hi. Let us know where you're from in the comment section. And of course, thank you to everyone that continues to join us week after week to receive support and to support our cause. We're super excited to have you all here. Today, you're all going to receive the chance to receive some healing, some tune-ins. I'm going to be able to identify what's going on beneath the surface for you as well. So for myself, this intuitive work is all about identifying the deepest root cause of any struggles or pain or challenge going on for you in your life and being able to create a shift from that space. From my experience, that's where we have the biggest possible impact. So everything that we experience in our lives has a creation point. It began somewhere. And so by looking beneath the surface of these experiences, we can start to unfold what could be there beneath the surface. What I found, though, especially for myself, as I started exploring what was beneath the surface of some of my experiences in the beginning, was that it was really depressing, really unnerving, quite scary to see what was going on there. Until I had found Intuition Wisdom, the amazing, incredible company that I work for now, I would not have had the ability to be able to clear as many of the subconscious limitations as I have without these incredible techniques. It was impossible because of the depth of emotional, burden and struggle and pain and stuff that was there. So with subconscious healing, we have the ability to identify the deepest root cause. We have the ability to transform it, and it's because we've been able to offer a nice, light, energetic experience, as opposed to one where we're really needing to physically go into the emotional pain and struggles that we may be experiencing. So I know that for many of you who may have started your personal development journey, you may have noticed that there are some deep things going on beneath the surface. So instead of needing to spend a long amount of time and huge levels of energy towards transforming this, there's a new way to be able to transform your subconscious limitations that's light, easy, and free. And so that's what I'm going to demonstrate for you all here today. So thank you for joining. Hello, welcome. Lisa's new, she's from Geelong. We've got Maria, Legray, hello, from Queensland. Kathleen, hello, Angie, Diane, Kerry, hello, Helen from South Australia, Kimberly, hello, Liz, Eduardo's here, hi Eduardo, and Michelle from New Zealand. So beautiful to have you all here. I can't wait to get started. So what I'm going to do, if you're interested, Eduardo's here, hi Eduardo, and Michelle from New Zealand. So beautiful to have you all here. Bit of a replay, there we go. So if any of you are interested in exploring what's possible with subconscious healing, I'm just going to pop some links into the comment section there. We actually offer huge levels of support. We have free one-on-one sessions. We have group events that you can find on our Facebook page, Intuition Wisdom. And we also have an introductory training which supports you to start clearing out some of those things in the subconscious and start evolving your intuitive connection as well. So that's the Limitless You. Definitely check all of those beautiful options out. And what I'm going to ask from all of you is that you share into the comment section anything in your life where you're feeling you could utilize some support, especially if you have started looking beneath the surface of some of your challenges and difficulties and you haven't been able to identify exactly what's going on and why you keep attracting the same cycles, experiences back into your life. Feel free to start, sharing those things into the comment section. You can share something specific, or you can just share a general area of your life. So, for example, if you're struggling in relationships, in health and well-being, financial well-being, with career choices or life purpose, perhaps you're struggling with self-love or self-belief, perhaps it's love and connection, relationships. whatever it is that you're struggling with, subconscious healing has what you need to be able to transform it. And it only takes a moment for me to tune in and identify what's going on beneath the surface for you. So yes, please feel free to share that into the comment section now, and I'm going to tune in for you all. And in the meantime, what I did want to offer is for anybody who's feeling that their message may be a little private, please book in for a 15-minute one-on-one subconscious healing session. They're free, and that's the perfect space to receive some support on something, especially if it's a little private. Wonderful. Thank you all for sharing. So beautiful to have you here. Lisa, she's asking about stopping cycles. Perfect. Let me tune in for you, Lisa, and see what's going on beneath the surface. Okay, so straight away I can see that there's this feels connected to finances and also a little bit intertwined with relationships, which is interesting. So it feels like we're looking at those two areas of your life. And what I'm seeing the deepest cause of this for you is I'm unwanted. And it feels as though it goes back to some early childhood experiences that you may have had that have created this difficulty for you. So something that you'll all notice is as I'm tuning in on what the deepest root cause of our challenges are, it can be sometimes a strange sensation to hear back something that's going on in the subconscious, because we may think, that's not something that's obvious to me in my life. But what we're doing here is we're going beneath the surface of the conscious mind into the subconscious mind. And these things, because they go so deep, it can be really hard to connect the dots. So that's something that we would do for you very clearly in a one-on-one session. But today, Lisa, I'm actually feeling that the reason why not feeling wanted is connected to having cycles, repeat that are perhaps, not what you're actually looking for. It's because you're seeing yourself as a victim to life. It's like, because you're not wanted, you're seeing yourself as hopeless or less powerful than, all of the odds out there in the universe. And I'm sure so many of us can resonate with that. So please share into the comment section if you are. So, that's the root cause of what we want to look at for you. It's, where is the sensation that I don't have a purpose, or I'm not wanted here in life, or, there's not enough here for me, is sort of what the energy that I'm experiencing. So if you're resonating with that on any level, what we want to do is we want to just create a shift for you today on that, by bringing some truth in. It's like, I see your intuitive self wants to come back through now and just remind you, a little bit of, the truth of who you really are. And there's this beautiful baby coming back into your body now. It feels quite beautiful. So I hope you enjoy receiving that beautiful healing. It almost feels like we're connecting you back in with who you were before you came into this life, because that truth is always going to show us every single time, exactly how important we are. So it would be worth exploring that, doing some journaling and exploring, who was I before I came into this planet? And our life purpose mastery trainings are perfect for that as well. So if you or anybody else is interested in learning how to master your intuitive abilities and explore, what your purpose is and how to access a fulfilling and successful future for yourself, and especially if you're struggling with why you're here, if you're really feeling the weight of not really knowing what it is that you have to offer the planet, and each time you do try and offer, you find if each time you do try and offer, you come up against all these levels of resistance, this is potentially why, right? Because we have these deeper subconscious limits beneath the surface that just say that when it's not possible. So thank you, Lisa. That was beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, if that resonated for anyone else, feel free to enjoy that integration as well. So what I did intuitively was I connected you with who you were before you came into this lifetime. Allow yourself to receive that energy. When I work with everybody on the call. So you're all welcome to enjoy that. Thank you, Lisa. Off to a beautiful start today. Kimberly, she's inquiring about financial. Yes, absolutely, Kimberly. So beautiful to have you here. Let's see what's going on beneath the surface. Kimberly's been our biggest fan for a little while. One of our biggest fans. We do have a few. So for you, Kimberly, what seems to be going on for you beneath the surface, there's a bit of worry, and I'm sensing a bit of, it's almost as though when worry shows up for you, it creates strain within your body. And I'm actually seeing a bit of discord within your body at the moment that's being developed because of this limitation. So with finances for you, it feels like it's all about bringing yourself into truth around giving and receiving. So it's really interesting. Sometimes I know that I find myself in the space where I feel like I have to give so much in order to be able to receive back. But it's entirely non-truth, right? We're universally supported. It's like universal law that as long as we're in a space of truth, we can receive. And giving is just a bonus. Being able to give and offer to others is a bonus. So it becomes a natural part of our lives for us here at Intuition Wisdom. And Kimberly knows a bit about that. She's on that journey to become an incredible intuitive life coach as well. And so, yeah, it feels like for you, Kimberly, exploring the truth and non-truth around giving and receiving is going to allow for you to have the shift that you need. Which is really, 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 really beautiful. It's so easy for us to get distracted. The mind can so easily distract us from doing the one perfect thing that could bring us abundance, as opposed to doing a myriad of other things that we're feeling we need to do. So yeah, it's really, really really, really important for us for that reason. So thank you, Kimberly. I hope that's given you the perfect angle to go and clear on. Kimberly's got her subconscious healing technique, so she's good. Wonderful. Danielle, relationships. Yes, let's tune in and see what's going on there for you, Danielle. Okay, so straight away I can feel some heartache. Allow yourself to have an emotional release if you need to. For you, Danielle, I'm seeing that the deepest limitation for you shows up in health and relationships, actually. So I'm seeing these two things go hand in hand for you. And I'm actually sensing that there's some fear going on for you within the realm of relationships at the moment. So you're struggling with knowing what the right thing to do is, and you're feeling the weight of needing to make a decision. But the only part of you that's feeling you need to make a decision is the part of you that's feeling like you're not okay where you are. So accepting this first is what's going to allow for movement to start happening in this area so that you can start to make decisions from a comfortable space. So I hope that message is relevant for you. I am clearing some limiting beliefs for you around that. It definitely feels good for you to explore a one-on-one session with one of our practitioners to boost yourself to the next level of what's possible with that. But I do feel that that message is perfect for you today. Thank you for joining. It's really beautiful to have you here, Danielle. Wonderful. Michelle is looking for support with her husband. Yes, let me see what's going on for you, Michelle. Instantly, I checked in and it wasn't going to be beneficial for me to tune into his energy. So I'm just looking at what's going on for you, what I can transform for you. But what's really interesting is that with subconscious healing, because our techniques to shift and clear limiting beliefs are so powerful, it really breaks apart any energetic connections that may that may not be beneficial, that may be keeping you locked in dynamics that are not serving you. And especially, I know it's such a horrible feeling when dynamics have set in, and there's ego, there's limitations, there's difficulties, there's challenges, there's all kinds of emotions showing up, and then it's never a nice feeling being stuck in that. So I actually found that once I had access to conscious healing, that actually started to go away for me, because anytime I noticed something like that within myself, I was able to clear it, and then the other person or people, they were able to have transformations. So it's really, really powerful. I never underestimate the ability to be able to clear limiting beliefs. Truly, really special. So for you, Michelle, it's feeling beneficial for us to explore what's going on beneath the surface for you. And I'm feeling that subconsciously there may be some limitations around seeing yourself as important. So because experiences in your early childhood have led you to believe that you're not important, which of course isn't the case. Every single one of us are important and beautiful in our own way. But because of that, it's created a bit of difficulty with you being able to feel okay with whatever it is that may be going on with your husband. So what I'm feeling is that as you continue to heal and transform, limitations around I'm okay, and you can bring more of that energy into your being, and you can really feel that on every level that you are okay, that 100%, you are perfect just as you are, and you've created the perfect life for yourself with all of the tools that you had in that particular moment, then things will start to shift for you, and he'll be able to start having the realizations that he needs in order to be able to help himself. The next thing that's wanting to come through does feel like it wants to be explored in a one-on-one session, but I do have a message for the entire group on this today. Because what I'm wanting to bring forward is that it's not our responsibility to help and support the people around us. So it's been really interesting for me. I've had huge levels of purpose in relationships, and I've been able to explore energetic connections, right down to the, microcosm of each and every aspect of energy that's there for people. And I see children connected with their parents up until the age of about 4 to 6 years old. And after that, there's new levels of, attachment between people that's in the highest good in order to have a happy and healthy life. So some of the deeper limitations, if we're not feeling worthy, if we're not feeling wanted, if we have a lack of self-belief, we're not feeling loved, we don't understand love, we don't understand the truth about connections, all of these sorts of things can show up, and they create unhealthy energetic connections or attachments. So it's really important that we're able to start shifting those, and subconscious healing, being able to clear the limiting beliefs that allowed these attachments in the first place. That's how you master your relationship connections. So really, really, really powerful in that way as well. So if anyone's interested, please book in for a one-on-one session. If you're wanting to know more about subconscious healing, you're wanting to explore limiting beliefs, especially if you're feeling this and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this so much, I would love to, gain access to this as well and be able to support the planet, uncover my life purpose, please, please, please connect in with us and book in a session to see us. We would love to support you with that journey in any way that we can. Wonderful. So great to have you all here, guys. And if anyone has just joined, feel free to share any challenges or difficulties that you've been experiencing in your life into the chat section, into the comment section. And I'm going to tune in and identify what's going on beneath the surface for you. Wonderful. Kerry is asking for health and well-being. Yes, Kerry, let's see what's there for you. So for you, Kerry, it's all about putting yourself first. And what's going on for you beneath the surface is you're not seeing yourself as wanted. So this seems to be a little bit of a theme for today. So it's important for you to integrate as much truth as you can around knowing just how wanted and beautifully important you are. Everybody on the planet is divinely necessary and important and plays such a vital role in our evolution. And it always breaks my heart when people aren't able to see that. And it also breaks my heart when I lose sight of that within myself. So each and every soul has a purpose on this planet. And for you, Kerry, it's feeling like, exploring a little bit about that's going to allow for that to open up for you so that you can start to, embrace and embody who you really are. And then that's going to lift the weight of any energetic difficulties, attacks, or attachments from the people around you who may be giving you a hard time. And it feels like that's the root cause of any health and well-being for you. Feeling drained, exhausted, having stress in your body. It's all connected to the energy around you and in your environment. So Kerry is another person who has her subconscious healing technique, so I'll leave her with that. But thank you. I hope that's helped. Wonderful. Eduardo, relationships. I'm open to dating again, and I'm complete as I am. I'm interested in a female partner at high frequency energetically. I accept people for who they are, but how may I best approach dating without judgment? Whew, that's a really good question, Eduardo. Let's see what wants to show up for you there today. So judgment has been formed through the relationship connections in your early childhood. I'm getting as early as 1 year old, these connections and ideas were being created. So it's really interesting because when I look at a majority of, the parents for everyone that I work with, I would say, including my friends and my family, everyone, there's judgment, right? We all have experienced judgment in our early childhoods. In some aspects, we didn't really understand that that was even there. So judgments only really started to come into the conscious awareness for us all, in recent times, since we've had the ability to actually do something about it. So for you, Eduardo, you're in the perfect position to be able to do that. And it feels like if you just fine tune and focus all of your clearing and healing on being able to access what's going on beneath the surface and what was going on for you beneath the surface in those early times, then you will uncover exactly what you need to be able to clear that. But another easy way of doing this is by identifying your truth about who you are and how divinely important you are, as well. Because it's going to mean we only allow other people's judgment in when we're not seeing ourselves as amazing, therefore we're judging ourselves for something. So there's a two-way mirror there that needs to be explored for anybody that does have access to these incredible techniques. Have a look at, where am I still judging myself? Where am I still allowing myself to not see myself as, divinely great and important and, special and wonderful? And for that reason, where is that allowed in the judgment of other people? Really, really important. Wonderful. Thank you for your question, Eduardo. It's so beautiful to have you here. Lee Gray, spiritually connects to guild. Spiritually connect to guides, perhaps. I hope it's spiritually connect to guides. Yes, let's see what's there for you, Lee Gray. Okay, so for you, the blockage around being able to connect with your guides is to see yourself as amazing as them. Wow, isn't it interesting? We're really sharing across time and space today some very similar subconscious limitations. So seeing yourself as incredible as them is going to allow for them to offer more to you. At the moment, they're really wanting to offer you some huge new levels of information and inspiration, and there's a blockage there because until you see yourself as incredible as them, and then they can't give you what you need to impart your wisdom elsewhere. So I hope that resonates for you. If you're looking to explore our trainings to be able to expand your ability to connect in with, who you are in truth on that beautiful, level where we're seeing your blueprint for what it really is, being able to connect in and draw whatever universal intelligence you need from that, then please definitely book in for a one-on-one session. We can support you with that 100%. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. That's so beautiful to have you all here today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Maria's also looking for shifting the cycles. Yes, so just in case, feel free to ensure that your message, if any of the messages that I'm sharing for other people resonate for you too, then definitely allow yourself to have a shift alongside of it. Maria, exploring cycles, let's have a look. So for you, Maria, what I'm feeling is that there's a heavy energy that's sort of weighing you down, and it's like the burden of the cycles of life. You know, it's somewhat emotional, but mostly just feels really draining on your energy, your health, and your well-being. Sort of how I see it manifesting for you. And so the deepest root cause of this feels as though it actually goes back to when you're about 2 years old. There was some difficulty within the family home, and there was an impact of some kind, and impact energetically of some kind. So in that moment, you've taken on some energetic, some subconscious limitations, and it's left you feeling somewhat helpless. So that's what's going to need to be cleared in order for you to have a full transformation and continue to experience more positive cycles where it's less about the lessons and more about enjoying the journey, which is something here at Intuition Wisdom we all love about this incredible work. So yeah, what I'm going to do for you now is just clear what I can, whatever's in the highest good for today, so that you're feeling much better with whatever's going on for you around this in the present moment. So for you and for anybody else that this is resonating for, just allow for my energy to flow through and create that shift for you. It's feeling really wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Everybody that contributes a question is contributing to the overall messages that we have here. We've seen how connected we all are today. So yeah, thank you everybody sincerely for your messages. Wonderful. We have Angie, breaking ancestral toxic patterns and cycles. Oh, that's a really good one. Let's take cycles to the next level now with Angie's question. So for you specifically, Angie, what I'm seeing is that in your early childhood, there was a lot of, I'm seeing lots of entities, lots of unhealthy energy being passed around. I'm seeing lots of destructive behavior. And I kind of see you as a young child kind of, you know, cooped up underneath it all, wondering what's going on. And so what's interesting is intuitively, I'm being asked to show you how you internalized all of this, because that's what's actually beneath the surface that needs to be looked at for you. So I hope that makes sense for you and for anybody else that's exploring this. And so what I want to have a look at is the way that I see you internalizing all of this is it's like beneath the surface, you're just not feeling accepted for not really appreciating or being involved with that energy. So it feels like they had a huge level of judgment as to, you know, what that was and who you were and what that meant for you. And I can feel you sort of starting to work through all of that. But the deeper level that wants to be accessed is how you internalized all of that, and it feels like it's not accepted. So I'm going to do a bit of a clearing for you on that today, but the easiest way to sort of start breaking down those toxic cycles for you is going to be first and foremost helping yourself. And so what happens for us when we become aware of things in our environment, either in the present or that have been present, that have been there in the past or have been present in the past, it's very easy for us very quickly to send our awareness outside of ourselves and look at what we can do to help ourselves from that space. But what's feeling really important for you and for anybody else on this call that this is resonating for is you want to be able to have a look at, what's going on for you? How did you internalize it, and separating yourself from that energy? Because at the moment, when you're exploring from outside of yourself, you find yourself connecting in and channeling in energy that's not serving you. We're attached to it, right? And our mind has us said that, oh my gosh, I need to be able to separate myself from all of this to be okay. So it's actually not the case. You just need to be able to clear whatever limitation allowed for you to accept their version of life in the first place. And the first step is for you is going to be accepting yourself, accepting that you're part of this journey. Your evolution and the fact that you're here has wealth and has love and the ability to be able to offer for other people. So that's feeling really wonderful. What a beautiful message for you today, Angie, and for anyone else that was resonating for. That's beautiful. Wonderful. Sandra, I went from 140 to 185 almost completely after my gallbladder surgery. Oh, wow. Okay, Sandra, let's see what's going on beneath the surface for you. Okay, so I can see where this has really upset your hormones. I see that this has contributed to it's contributed to you feeling impure, is the word that's coming through. So I'm feeling that that's the limitation that's been that has been shown up for you. And if we were to explore this in a little more detail in a one-on-one session, we could get so much detail on that if it was necessary. But what we can do for you today is have a look at what we can do to clear that. Because, yeah, it's really feels like it's quite uncomfortable, and I'm really aware of the fact that you're really aware that this has been a problem since that operation. So although that operation was has directly triggered this on a really deep level, we want to have a look at what's beneath the surface of that, what allowed this operation in the first place, and from that space, from the subconscious mind space, we could really create a very powerful transformation for you. So what I'm doing for you today is I'm just going to clear some of those limiting beliefs and allow for that transformation to occur. And I'm just going to realign any energy that I can for you as well today. So you may sense or notice this energy flowing through. Everybody experiences subconscious healing in a slightly different way, which is what I love about it. Some people will have, feelings within their body or kinetically around them. Some people will sense the energy. They'll have all-knowing, just an all-knowing sense that it's shifting. Sometimes when we clear limiting beliefs, people see this as a thought or as a vision in their third eye. There are all kinds of ways of perceiving energy, lots of different variations of our intuitive abilities and the way that we sense as well. So something I think in science we're a little behind on, but that's okay. Nonetheless, we open up the space for that transformation to happen in whatever way is perfect for you. So thank you for sharing. That's really, really wonderful. And so for anybody else who's just joined, please feel free to share into the comment section any challenges or difficulties you've experienced in your life. And my job here today is to identify the deepest root cause of those so that we can see what's possible with clearing the deepest limitations beneath the surface. So yes. Oh, there's a message here from Diane. Health and marriage. Wonderful. I just want to let Sandra know that shift is going to continue. So just allow yourself to be for a few moments while that integrates for you. Wonderful. Diane, health and marriage. Let's see what's beneath the surface for you. Okay, so for you, I'm feeling some energy in the throat and in the head space. So it wouldn't surprise me if you've been feeling a bit of pressure in your mind over the past week or so. Let's see what this is, how it's manifesting for for you. So when I have a look into the subconscious, what I'm actually seeing is that you have a limitation around feeling worthy, feels connected to finances. So this is being triggered, I'm getting, when it comes to financial well-being. So even though it may seem like things are not doing well in your marriage or with your health, what's actually happening is this financial stress beneath the surface. So that's what's actually opening up for these difficulties to start to come through. So what we would want to explore is any financial limitations beneath the surface that are connected to that deeper limitation. So that's a bit of a bigger job. We don't have quite enough time for that. It would take about 10 to 15 minutes to be able to clear that. So even though it's a big job, it's not a long one. But yeah, so that would definitely be something that you would benefit from in a one-on-one session with one of our practitioners. So if you'd like to receive that support, please book in to connect in with one of us. We would love to support you with that further. For now, I'm just kind of clearing some energy from your field so that it lifts that, energy from your mind space and allows for anyone else's energy that may be within your field. I'm just sort of allowing for that to be released. Wonderful. That feels really, really good, Diane. Thanks for being here. It's so wonderful to meet you and connect in with you. Wonderful. Oh, and thank you for sharing, beautiful people. It's so wonderful to have you all here. Wonderful. Tony, yes, let's have a look for you at what's beneath the surface today. Okay, so for you, I'm seeing there's been some energy of, it's like I'm seeing that you're feeling disheartened about something. And this is really interesting because it kind of feels like it's triggering teenage years. So you know how when you're a teenager, everything feels like the end of the world? That's the energy that I'm seeing. So let's see what allowed this in. Feels like if we go back to when you're about 2 years old, I can see, that's starting to come through, which is interesting, isn't it? How many 2-year-olds do we know throwing these beautiful emotional tantrums? Who knew that that's what they were actually feeling in that moment, that it's the end of the world, if something doesn't go their way. So I'm feeling that that's what's there beneath the surface for you. So for you, Tony, because you have access to subconscious healing techniques, it'll be really beneficial just to explore this on all of the different levels of the emotional scale. So the message that's coming through for you is you want to explore anger, frustration, guilt, sadness. If you Google the emotional scale, you'll be able to catch them all and just clear any limiting beliefs around all of these, even the good ones, even happy and, whatever the other positive ones are, because, some of those, are representing a life that's good, but perhaps not amazing. And here at Intuition Wisdom, we are all about living a life that's amazing, as you well know. So that was really wonderful. Congratulations. There's going to be some wonderful things flowing through for you. Your true self says that all too often, don't they? But just know that's the case. It is coming. It is coming. Well done. All of this work wasn't for nothing. Wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining. That's so beautiful. So I'm just going to share the links into the comment section for anyone who's interested in booking in a one-on-one session. There's a link there. I no longer do one-on-one sessions, but I am going to be doing some events soon, some subconscious healing events that you're all welcome to attend. So if you add us on Facebook, Intuition Wisdom, the link is also there in the comment section, then you'll have access to see that event. But I would also recommend everybody book in with one of our incredible subconscious healers or intuitive life coaches as well, because it'll really boost your journey and ensure that you have the perfect next steps that you need for your subconscious healing journey as well. Very, very important for us to make sure that, that we have what we need in any given moment. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Vicky, any house move, please? Oh, okay. Yes. Let's see what's going on for you, Vicky, beneath the surface. Moving house. Your energy feels wonderful on this, Vicky. I am seeing a subconscious blockage though. So for you, home is really important, is the message I'm getting. And the process that's being blocked with the process that's occurring as you're exploring the potential of a new home, what I'm seeing is that your mind is creating ideas about each of the different possibilities, and from that perspective, decisions are being made around what would or wouldn't be a wonderful choice. And so I'm feeling that for you, being able to connect in with the truth of each of those homes, being able to really see the beautiful beingness and energy that would be possible for you in each of these different homes, that's what you want your focus to be on. So the blockage for you is your mind is getting in the way, and also the intuitive awareness that wants to flow through hasn't quite been able to ensure that you're able to connect in with that beingness and trust that is enough, that trust that your current intuitive perspective is enough. So I'm actually feeling that the Limitless You training is perfect for you, because it's actually going to clear up all of these things. You learn how to integrate self-love and self-belief with these incredible techniques. You learn how to connect in with your true self, which is our version of creating an intuitive connection and expanding those intuitive abilities. It's absolutely incredible. As soon as you've watched that, instantly you're able to receive messages on what's going to be beneficial for you. Amongst a range of other things in that incredible training. And then you also get to jump on a live call with myself, and you get to go through the process of mastering those intuitive techniques and your intuitive abilities. So really, really powerful. If anyone is looking for that, interested in that, please utilize that link towards the bottom to purchase the Limitless You. That's what's going to allow for you to access that. Wonderful. And just to tie that off, Vicky, so the limiting belief for you actually is connected to I'm not good enough. So it's tied in with a lack of self-belief, a lack of self-confidence in knowing whether you're making the right decision or not. Those sorts of things are all being fed by not feeling good enough. So that's the subconscious limitation that we would want to explore and clear for you. And definitely I recommend connecting in with one of our practitioners for a session. Absolutely amazing what would be possible for you as well. Wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining and for your beautiful comments. Hello, hello. If you have just joined us, we've got some time left, so feel free to share into the comment section any challenges or difficulties you've had in your life. And my job today is to identify what's going on beneath the surface within the subconscious mind, and explore what limitations are going to need to be shifted in order for you to be able to, in order for you to say goodbye to these challenges and limitations. Wonderful. Lisa, yes, let's see. I'm just going to scroll down in case you shared anything else a little more specific. Perfect. So let's tune in for you, Lisa, and see what's going on there. So for you, Lisa, at the moment, I'm actually seeing a fair bit of energy in the heart space. It feels as though there's a difficulty around connecting with other people and feeling comfortable with who you are. Seems to be a bit of a theme on the call today. Maybe I'll do a clearing for us all on that towards the end. We'll see. And so for you, Lisa, what I'm getting is that it's going to be really beneficial to start exploring why you're not feeling connected to life. It's that disconnection that wants to be worked on in order for you to start having that replicate. So because there's huge levels of disconnection within yourself, it's blocking your experience of life, and it's not allowing for you to be able to embrace all of the wonderful things. So when we are disconnected, what's actually happening is we're disconnected from ourselves, and we are connected to the non-truth of life, pain, struggle, challenge, all of those sorts of difficulties that seem to arise. So that's the message coming through for you today, Lisa, is to start exploring that. It does actually feel like some support would really, really benefit you. So please book in for a one-on-one session if you'd like that support. I'm feeling that until you've been able to really explore this on the deepest level within the subconscious, it's like life just can't get better. And because you've been subconsciously aware of this, it's created this, this level of resistance to being able to move forward. I almost feel like for a moment that was way too scary for you to be able to admit for yourself. Which I get, all of us would have that on some level. There's always things that we're resisting seeing, beneath the surface about ourselves. So what's feeling really important is that you're able to separate yourself from that and just know that if there's energy within the subconscious, it's not there because of anything that you've done wrong. Our subconscious limitations have all been derived from early childhood experiences. We are consistently drawing from the environment around us. So really important for us to see ourselves as important, and just see the fact that we all grew up in a world where our family and early caregivers were ill-equipped to be able to support us. We didn't have the tools that we needed to be able to work through this stuff, so we had to live with it. But we don't need to anymore. We have intuition, wisdom, and their incredible subconscious healing techniques, which can wipe all of this out for you and allow for you to start living the life of your dreams. So yes, that's a really important truth for so many of you on the call today. And the theme today seemed to be seeing ourselves as important, right? Seeing ourselves as having a purpose. But a huge part of that is being able to unlock the fact that we're important enough to be able to have the good life. We're important enough to be happy, and seeing ourselves in that way is what allows for this transformation to occur. So again, everything I've popped into the comment section there today is going to be really important in supporting that journey for yourself, if that's resonating for you. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lisa. So beautiful to connect in with you. So wonderful to have you all on the call, and thanks for all of your beautiful comments. Miranda, yes, let's explore what's beneath the surface there for you. Okay, so for you, Miranda, I can see some energy within the heart space, and it's also connected in on the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. So there's some energy blockages that are occurring within your being. And I'm seeing the deepest root cause of this is not feeling okay and feeling guilt. So for you, there's some guilt beneath the surface that's wanting to be released, and you haven't felt that you've known how. So subconsciously, you're kind of ignoring it. Don't worry, that's something the whole planet does. We all do this. We ignore the things that we feel guilty about, or that we're really struggling to see, or that we feel intense about. If anything seems to be intense. But I'm getting that the message is that's just all your mind. It's actually not as intense as you seem. And I think once you've been able to have some realizations of the truth of the situations and the people involved, that's going to completely change and transform for you. So the discord is happening for you within your body because there's this level of you almost punishing yourself, but it's just more doubting yourself. It's like you're just not allowing yourself to be who you really are, and you're allowing doubt to win. You're allowing your mind's perspective to win. So today we're just going to bring through some empowerment, and I'm going to do this now for the whole group. I'd love to bring through the energy of empowerment. So allow yourself to relax into that space and just receive some of that energy. That's going to sink in nice and deeply within your being and just allow for any healing that's in the highest good to occur around that. Really, really important for us all to see ourselves, to be able to take that empowering step towards wanting more for ourselves and towards, deciding that we no longer are going to struggle. We no longer want to live with our pain, and we're going to do whatever it takes to transform it. As soon as we've made that choice, the perfect thing will come along to support us with that. Amazing. That felt so good for you all. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone, for your wonderful comments. Oh, thank you, Miranda. Yes, definitely check in on our Facebook page. I will be doing some meditation soon. I love doing subconscious healing meditations. They're beautiful. Wonderful. I'm just going to see if there's any more. Oh, thank you for all of your wonderful, wonderful comments. Natalie, can I please have a reading in my love life? Will I meet the one, or have I already met him? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see what's there for you, Natalie. So for you, Natalie, I'm actually being drawn to explore a subconscious limitation beneath the surface of this decision, because the message I'm getting feels quite complicated, but it's like your intuitive self is actually saying you could meet the right person tomorrow. The person that you're currently thinking about, or the person that you've already met, if there's a few, that have been floating around, sometimes that happens. They could also become that perfect person. So what the resistance is for you beneath the surface is allowing for you to become who you want to be before you meet that perfect person. So I'm feeling life purpose is a really positive avenue for you, and that you would love our trainings because it allows for you to work on yourself whilst feeling confident and comfortable and happy and being able to contribute to yourself and your well-being. It kind of distracts you from the search just for long enough until you're ready to meet that perfect person. Then when the time is right, it will happen and it will be wonderful for you. But at the moment, the resistance that's there that would need to be subconsciously healed is I'm not worthy. So that's what's allowing for you to attract in people that are kind of making you go, we want you to feel amazing. We want you to feel like you really know when you meet that person. But not only the fact that you really know when you meet that person, that, for, at least a few months, you find yourselves just connecting in every single way from that amazing, amazing space. It feels really, really, really important. So it feels to me like that's the journey that you're on. And if that's the case, then definitely connect in with one of us for a one-on-one session so that we can see what's necessary in order to get you on that path. Exploring life purpose with your divine partner. My gosh, what an incredibly beautiful life. Feels like you're ready to take it up to the next level. That's exciting. And Emily, I'm not sure how to get a reading, but I would really love one, looking for a bit of guidance. Absolutely, Emily. Let's look and see what's beneath the surface there for you. Okay, so for you, Emily, I'm actually sensing, so my job here today is to identify what's going on beneath the surface for you, what's going on within the subconscious mind that we can transform for you, that's going to open up the space for transformation and healing. And for you, it's as though we want to bring in some awareness for you, and it feels connected to your health. It feels like there's a part of you that's really, that's been really struggling with some things there. And these are subtle things. So they're not things that are just completely, banishing you from being able to enjoy your life. But, if we look at the weight of these over the course of your life over time, we actually see they've created a pretty big impact for you. So the subconscious limitations that would need to be transformed within you are all about allowing yourself to start seeing what is creating some of those health limitations beneath the surface. that's actually feeling so important for you, just because there's the little impacts that are being created, they're things that have been manifested. If something has manifested within our well-being, then it means they've been there for a while. Those subconscious limitations have been there for a while, and they're going to continue to manifest and recreate limitations and difficult experiences in our lives until they've been looked at and dealt with. So for you, I'm feeling the health issues going on in your life, they are connected to much deeper issues that would need to be explored in some one-on-one session space. So definitely reach out to us for a one-on-one session. Anybody that would like to explore subconscious healing further, anybody that would like to access intuition wisdom's techniques in order to learn how to subconsciously heal yourself, definitely connect in with us. We've got what you need to be able to start really transforming the difficulties in your life. For myself, when I first came across this, I struggled with emotional pain, so much emotional pain, health issues, my relationships were a mess. I had so many financial limits, just huge cycles of highs and then lows. And my highs, to be honest, were not that great. Nowhere near where I get to experience now, which is a beautiful flow of abundance, one where I don't have to work at it. It just happens because I'm in the flow, because I see myself as incredible and I allow for my experiences in life to guide me towards, what's going to be right for me in any given moment. So really important and powerful and beneficial once we have the ability to start shifting and transforming our deepest, limitations. It can be such a powerful and life-changing experience, but also it's one that doesn't need to be scary. It doesn't need to take a long time. These techniques work really well. They're simple, effective, and super, 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 super supportive. So yes, thank you so much to everyone who's joined here today. It was so beautiful to have you all. I seriously can't wait to see you again. I'm not sure when that will be, but please keep an eye on Intuition Wisdom, our Facebook page, so that you can keep up to date with any following live events. We do, however, show up every single week at this time to to offer support and healing, on anything that's going on for you. So we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, everyone. So beautiful to see you. Thank you, Shelton. So wonderful to see you. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon.